Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of those daytime TV shows that we are doing is Days of Our Lives. But before we get into that, last night, I swear to God, it's bad enough that we have to deal with those hellion children across the hall constantly screaming at all hours of the night. I went to bed, I think, at like midnight, and they were still screaming. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then upstairs, we had a lovely little edition of domestic violence theater where these people were, I swear to God, they were beating the crap out of each other, and they were screaming at each other, and she's like, get the fuck out of my apartment, and he's like, you get the fuck out, and, and then she's like, I'm going to call the fucking cops. And he's like, call 911. Do it. Do it. And I was like, bitch, I'm about this close to calling 911 myself. I mean, but, And that was like at 3:30 in the morning. I was like, the ceiling, you could hear them. It was like they're going to come through the ceiling. It was so crazy. I was like, oh my God, this is too much. This is too much for me to take right now. I cannot. Anyways. But I'm fine now. All right, Days of Our Lives. So, on Days this week, it was the return of Billie Reed, a.k.a. Lisa Rinna. I love me some Lisa Rinna. I'm sorry, I love her. She cracks me up. And you know what? I have to say, and this is kind of a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills thing, I'm not doing that show anymore right now, so we're going to talk about it during Days. She gave Kim Richards that bunny, and Kim Richards got all upset, and she gave the bunny back, but Lisa gave the bunny to Andy, and now, I swear to God, that bunny is living a 10 times better life than it would have with Kim's grandchild, because everyone is obsessed with that bunny. They all want selfies with the bunny. I love it. I'm living for it. So, Ka-dooz to you, Lisa Rinna, for coming up with that idea, because that is brilliant, and it's great. It's fantastic. I love it. Okay, so that's called making a lemonade out of a lemon. Okay, so Billie came back, and apparently Billie is... this storyline is... First of all, though, I have to say, I've got to give credit to NBC. Now, normally I don't, but in this case, is there something on my nose? Is there it looks like maybe it's just the shadow. Anyways, so NBC, normally what they would do is, before the Olympics aired, they would have a cliffhanger, and then the 2 weeks that the Olympics were on, they wouldn't air anything, and then they would pick up afterwards. Not this time. They kept it going. They had days all 5 days last week. Now, it was at a different time, but it was 2 hours earlier. So, good for them. Good for fucking them. I think that's fantastic. It's wonderful. It actually shows that they're putting a lot of investment into the show and into the audience of the show. It's fantastic. I appreciate you, NBC. Okay, so Billie's back, and I don't know. This whole storyline with John and Patch, and now Billie's involved, and then Horita got involved, and I'm just like, what? I don't really understand, does Billie work for the ISA? Does she work with John? Because she ended up shooting the black guy that was making John do all that stuff. Billie shot him. And so I'm thinking, okay. And another storyline, which will probably make sense before this whole John nonsense is the murder of Andre DiMera. Okay, so we found out who murdered Andre DiMera. And I will say, it is someone I didn't see coming. But it was not Gabby. Now, everyone thinks it's Gabby. She was arrested for it. And D.A. Trask is totally... She's like, I'm going to get you. You skated during your this, yeah, and here's what I don't understand about this. So I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, Gabby wasn't even actually arrested for murdering Nick. She was arrested for all that drama that happened with Melanie and Andrew and lying about that. You know, I mean, it was really just basically a perjury charge. So, okay. So if she wasn't even charged with murder, how was she going to get tried for murder? No, she did murder him. She fully did, and she admits it, but I don't know. It seems to me like a little bit of a history rewrite to me. I'm just saying. Anyways. All right, so anyway, you know, Stefan DiMera gave the security footage to the police. They were watching it. They see this woman with hair just like Gabby. They just see her from the back, though. Hair just like Gabby, wearing Gabby's coat and carrying the urn that had Tony DiMera in it. And Gabby's like, I didn't even have my coat that night. Like, I swear to God, that is not me. So, you know, then District Attorney Trask, now God bless her, because she's been on this show off and on for quite some time. But this is the most I've seen of her at once this whole week. So, you know, good for you. You make that paper, girl. So she was like, you know, she's got this vendetta against Gabby because she thinks Gabby skated for murdering Nick, even though, like I said, she wasn't even charged with that. So, okay. So we find out that it was not Gabby. That the person, because the person had on that same wig and was wearing the coat, and everyone is thinking, oh my God, it's totally Stefan. Stefan is totally the one who killed Andre. And Stefan actually comes into his office and he sees this person and he's like, Gabby? And she turns around and it's Abby in a wig. Now, that surprised me because Abby was like the only one that was actually fond of Andre. He didn't win any favors with anyone else. So, I wonder if it's going to be like, now I'm speculating, but I wonder if it will be like some sort of dissociative identity disorder storyline where she's got this other personality. Maybe the personality's named Gabby. I don't know. And, you know, as Gabby, she murdered Andre, but Abby doesn't remember it. It's interesting. Yeah, but like I said, that story will actually make sense way sooner than this John Black, what the fuck is he doing to Patch? Who cares? I mean, okay. And then, okay. Here's the thing. I love me some Trip. Right? I liked him when he was bad. I like him when he's good. I just like Trip. I think he's great. He's a great addition to the cast. Claire has grown on me. I don't mind Claire anymore. I used to like, oh my God, when she first came on the show. And it wasn't just, it was just because I didn't like her even when she was a little kid. I was like, oh my God, Claire's the worst. But now it's kind of flip-flop because when Sierra was a little girl, she was a little precocious, but she wasn't annoying. She was actually kind of cute and funny. But now she is the worst, and it's not because she's a bad actress. It's just, the material they give her, it's so awful. Oh, God, it drives me crazy. So there's this whole triangle now between, you know, Sierra and Trip and Claire, and I'm just like, stupid. I would like to see Trip more involved in the Patch storyline because, I mean, he's relatively involved. You know, him and Kayla are sort of on the outskirts, though. Although, I do have to say, it was a good use of history when Kayla walks in on Billy visiting with Patch, and Billy reminded Patch how when Patch lost his memory, he started dating Billy because he couldn't remember Kayla. And then Kayla walks in and she gets all jealous. That was good. That was a good use of history. That was really good. Anyways, I'm really looking forward to seeing, because we just found out on Friday that that Abby was the one who killed Andre. So I wish she killed Stefan. No, I don't mind. I don't mind Stefan, actually. He's not that bad. And anything that brings Vivian onto the show is worth it, because she is hilarious. Now, let's talk about this real quick. Okay, so you know I love me some comedy, right? And I get that you don't want the show to be too comedic. It's not a sitcom. Yeah, I understand that. I get that. But there are certain characters in certain situations which are funny, right? So, and sometimes there are situations that try to be funny, but they're trying too hard. I totally get that too. So my two favorite characters, actually my three favorite characters, are Susan Banks is number one. Bonnie Lockhart. I fucking love Bonnie Lockhart. I'm all in for Bonnie Lockhart. I fucking love her. And then the other one, Calliope Jones. I like her too. Now they're all kind of quirky or whatever, but you know, none of them are on the show right now. So I have to give Leann Hurley, who plays Anna DiMera, a lot of credit, because she's kind of playing that kooky, broad role that that those other three have played. I mean, Vivian is great too, but she's not necessarily a comedic character so much as she's a diva. Like, she's very, she's very like a Norma Desmond, and I love it. Marcy Miller, who plays Abby, says, when she's done with her scenes, she just sits in the back and watches Louise Sorel do her scenes. She's like, it's like going to the theater every night. I love it. I love it. I think that's fantastic. So it's cool. Anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag days to talk days of our lives, or you can also hashtag YR to talk Young and the Restless. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. And if you look around my channel, you'll also find my show Storytime with Angel Benton, where I tell stories from my life. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.